How's it going, folks? Welcome back to another video. I'm super excited in this one to announce something I've been working on over the last 6 months that's finally ready. And it's OrthoPatients Academy. This is the course that we came out with for orthodontists who may not want to hire a marketing company to work for them every single month, but want to learn marketing and implement it themselves, or hire somebody and give them a training manual that says, hey, this is the playbook on orthodontic marketing. Watch the whole thing and implement it for our practice. That's what OrthoPatients Academy is for. And we're super excited to release it. There's some awesome Black Friday deals going on. Right now on Monday, it's $497 for lifetime access plus 6 months access to LeadFlow, which is our software that goes along with all of the trainings in here. We're super excited to have released LeadFlow as well, which is new. And I'll show you just very quickly inside the course here. Look at this. We've got week 1, week 2, all of this stuff. And if I click on one of these videos, for example, how to post to Facebook, cool hacks in the organic section, it's going to load this video. And there we go. Just like that, we're watching it. We've got a breakdown of what it is and all of the different hacks that you can use to post effectively to Facebook, Instagram at the same time, all of those things. The most exciting part of this, I would say, is the paid ad strategies, and then a lot of the organic strategies are I've never seen anybody else really talk about, so they're extremely helpful for orthodontists. This is all geared towards orthodontists specifically, but if you have a different type of local business and you're watching this video, it honestly could help you quite a bit as well. So I figured what I would do for this video is, first of all, give you a sneak peek inside the course. It's very cool. Talk to you about the Black Friday deal we have going on, and then also just give you one of the videos inside the course, one of the best videos, absolutely for free on this channel. So I'm going to put that after this video so that you can watch it. Please, please, please go check out the sales page for OrthoPatients Academy. Look and see if it's right for you. If it's not, no worries, but we'd love to see you inside. There's so much included in there, and the price will never be this good again. So thanks so much for tuning into this video, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, demographics are who is buying, psychographics is why they're buying. In this lecture, we're going over how you can really open your customer's head, get inside there and understand what it is they want from you in your marketing and in your operations. Super important lecture. Do not skip this one or gloss over any of the things that I'm talking about in this one. So there's 3 main ways we can understand the psychographics of our customers. The first one is observation. The second one is what I call common sense conclusions. And then the last one is going to be conducting customer interviews, which I mentioned a little bit earlier. We talked about observation as well and common sense conclusions, but we're going into more depth in each of these during this video. Firstly, let's go over observation. This is getting intel or information on somebody by just simply observing their behavior. We talked about this in terms of, what they drive, what they wear, but this one we're talking about specifically what they say and their body language. Very important things to observe if we're going to figure out how to market to people correctly. So first example, or the first place you'll get this from is your TC room. What's the thing that people bring up every single time at the end of a consultation that you just can't handle? If you hear it one more time, you're gonna blow up because you keep hearing it over and over again. It's the same excuse. That is super important. You should write it down because obviously a lot of people have that, and if you put it in your marketing before they even have that objection, you're gonna have more successful marketing. The second place is on the phones. This is so important. When people call you, what's the number 1 question they have? What's the number 2 question they have? Is it price? Hey, how much do braces cost? If that's what people are asking you over and over again, then you need to talk about it in your marketing. I know orthodontists hate talking about that. A lot of them do. But what you need to understand is your customers, it's about them. It's not about what you want to say over the phone. So write down things that you hear over and over when people say them in the TC room, on the phone, or wherever you hear them. Super important. Now, just for a second, I want you to think about a time when a company's marketing really spoke to you and sent chills down your spine. You felt like they had ripped a page out of your diary and put it on their website or on their ad. Think about that. Where did you see it? Why did it make you react that way? That's what we're trying to do. That's what really powerful marketers do. And everything we're talking about in this lecture is how that happens. Just one more note here about observations. When people are faced with actual decisions that they have to make, like coming in for a consultation or actually starting treatment, they're going to bring up everything in their subconscious that's blocking them from making that decision. So if you can get all of that intel from all the customers who are currently coming in and then you put that into your marketing, you're going to basically be able to snipe all of those objections out of the air before they even come up. So that's it for observation. Now let's talk about common sense conclusions. I love this one. It's basically just putting yourself in your customer's shoes. So you're going to take the person you talked about, or you created your demographic, and you're going to say, okay, I'm a busy mom and I've got 3 kids and I make this much money. What do I want my experience at the orthodontist to look like? And then you draw some conclusions from there. Not crazy ones, not, I want some sort of like bounce house in my orthodontic office. Nothing like that. Just common sense conclusions. What is it that I would want as a busy mom? First thing I would want is flexible appointment times. I don't want to take my kid out of school every single time. And second thing I always want is fewer appointments. If I can go as little as possible and my kid still gets straight teeth, awesome. Let's do that. And let's talk about why that's okay. The third thing I would really want is probably affordable monthly payment plans and potentially pay in full discount if I want to pay in full. And lastly, I would want my experience at the orthodontist to be a break from my already busy day. You see how we just figured out everything we should do in our observations almost, and a lot of things that we should talk about in our marketing just by putting ourselves in our customer's shoes and writing a few of those things down. Amazing advice. You should definitely take it. And it's very easy. You can do this in 10 minutes and come up with probably 3 or 4 things you can change today that will increase your conversion rate and make your customers happier. All right, that brings us to our last one, which is conducting customer interviews. This is my favorite one, and you'll see why. So I originally got the idea for customer interviews from a book called Competing Against Luck by Clayton M. Christensen. This book is incredible, and in it he talks about how to grow a business without getting lucky, how to beat your competitors without being lucky. And how do you do that? What is it? And it's a very simple answer, guys. The answer is talk to your customers. See what's working, see what's not working. Just get out of your own head and go talk to people and see what they want, and then implement that in your business. That's like entrepreneurship 101. Very easy to do, simple to do, but very underutilized in the small business space from what I see. Have you ever thought about why companies like Southwest Airlines or any big hotel or any restaurant really always send you an email, or on the receipt there's something that says, hey, give us some feedback? It's because that feedback ends up going to their marketing team or to their operations team, and then they make real decisions about how to operate their company off of that feedback. Now, if I was working at one of these big companies getting this data, I would not care about the number of stars they left us or anything else except their actual words that they wrote down, because that is gold. That's our customers telling us in their own words how their experience was and what we can do better. So that begs the question, how do we go about this as a smaller business? And the way I like to do it is doing phone interviews or in-person interviews. This way you can really get a huge picture, a bird's eye view of what it's like to be your customer and what it's like to go from A to Z in your process. So when I did this, I went to a Facebook group of moms and I said, hey, I'll pay between $10 and $15 for a 15-minute interview. I'm just going to ask you about your experience getting braces or Invisalign yourself or for your child. I did about 15 or 20 of these interviews, and I had an awesome experience because I gained so much knowledge just talking to people about their process, how they made their purchasing decision. So the first thing I would ask is, why were you looking into orthodontic treatment? And they would say, well, I was looking into it because my dentist said so, or I just could tell that my kid needed braces. And then I talked to my dentist, and then I said, how did you find your orthodontist? And they would say, well, my dentist recommended a few, and I just went with the one that seemed the nicest. Or I looked at Google reviews online, or asked my friends in the neighborhood, or I drive past this one every day. It's convenient for me, so I figured I'd just go there. Did you go to multiple consultations is what I would ask next. If so, why did you go to multiple consultations? And if not, why not? Did you end up choosing the orthodontist you went with first or second, or how did that work? And how did you make that decision? What was it about the consultation that you liked? What was it about the other consultations that you didn't like? Now, tell me how your kid likes your orthodontist today. Do they enjoy their experience going every time, or is it a little bit cumbersome for them? How is it for you as the parent? What things would you like to see be improved? And then lastly, did you choose braces or Invisalign for your child, and why? After I did about 10 of these interviews, I was like, holy cow, there's so many commonalities here, but also so many ways to market these people and reach them. So not only are you learning exactly how they think and how they're making their purchasing decision, but you're learning where the crucial decision points are and therefore where you should be putting your marketing. So I really promise that these interviews will be huge for you. They're really going to open your eyes to what the customer journey actually looks like. I really recommend that the person that's making the marketing decision, so either the doctor, the CEO of your office, however you have it set up, they need to be the one doing these interviews because they're going to pick up on things that somebody else doing them wouldn't. They're going to ask questions that other people wouldn't know to ask. So make sure you put the person in charge of making the decisions in charge of doing these interviews as well. And one last idea, if you don't have any patients yet, or if you just kind of want to spy on your competitors or just go to other states, do what I did. Go to a Facebook group or find, network around and ask people, I know your child has braces, or I know you had Invisalign recently. Can I just ask you a few questions about how that happened? I did this one time and a guy said, yeah, I was just walking down the street one time and actually I saw an orthodontist, so I just walked in and I started braces that day because I'd always wanted to do it and I had some time that day. What a story, right? And something I wouldn't have learned if I hadn't asked. So keep asking, be curious, don't think you know it all. You're gonna learn a lot from these interviews, I promise. See you in the next one.